See if I can get some of you guys in the chat. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Sunday. Bear with me, guys. I want to answer some of you guys in the chat. Happy Sunday, everybody. Wait, turn the volume down. Yep, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm going to hang out with you guys for a bit. It is a bit earlier in the day. It's 4 o'clock Eastern time in New York City, so it's probably like 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock on my Western viewers. But I'm going to be in the video hanging out with you guys for about an hour to answer you guys' questions, concerns, just to hang out with you guys on a Sunday afternoon. And, what's up? What's going on? Let me see anybody wrote in the chat yet. Daily Q50, what up, man? How are you, sir? How are you? We have the world record Daily Q50 in the chat. He's the first Q50 non-shop car to be on stock turbos in the 10s. What's going on, everybody? Butch, James, what's going on? Wayman, what's up? Caleb, what's going on, man? Bates, what's up? So I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for a bit on a Sunday afternoon for about an hour. We'll see how long this goes. It's a little bit hot in my house right now. It's burning up a little bit. I got the AC on and everything, but, I got it all black and everything, so it probably doesn't make it any better. Let me see. I put blow valves on my car, but how bad is it? How bad is it to run rich? Mark, you could put blow valves in the car. It's perfectly fine. How bad is it for your car to run rich? Your car is going to run rich from factory regardless. That's how the stock tune is. So that's how all cars come from factory. They all run slightly on the rich side. That's it. For your car to be really running rich, that means your tuner is crappy if you got your car tuned. Okay. Balrog, what's going on, man? James, you get the G37 yet? James, no, I did not. I did not get the G37 yet. I'm still in search of it. And to be honest with everyone who's watching, because I have a few G37 owners, you guys price your car really high. I'm talking about coupes here. You guys want like $10,000 for your 2008 150,000 mile G37 coupe with a gallery gasket issue. No, I'm not doing it. No, it's ridiculous. Daily, my low pressure fuel started making crazy noises. Well, I thought I'm going to take it out and see what the logs are good. Daily Q50, you have an upgraded low pressure fuel pump, right? Question for you. How reliable is the Q50S? At Thomas, which Q50? 3.7 or 3.0T? Because if you're talking about 3.7 liter, it's the latest and greatest VQ that was ever made under Nissan and Infiniti, and it literally has no issues whatsoever, period. If it's the VR30 3.0T, it's been about 5-6 years now. I don't really hear about blown motors, but I do hear about blown turbos or people running low on the wheel. Q family, what's going on? What's going on, Barzam? Let me see. Q40 0 to 60. Jason, Q40 is a G37, bro. That car has been out since 2007, 2008. So there's plenty of information out there, but it's probably right around the 5-second range, 0 to 60. All-wheel drive. James, yeah, I paid $13K for 2012 with 50,000. Well, James, you see what I'm saying? You paying $13K with one with 50,000 miles, right? 2012. People want they want $12K for 2008 with like 150. Think about that. So I've been literally just waiting to see who actually comes up with good deals, and when they do come up, they actually get snatched up pretty quick. Or if I do find something that seems at least similar to what I would like, it'll have like gray, the cream leather interior, and it'll have or have super high miles, or it has a really bad rebuilt title and something's wrong with it. It's always an issue. Yeah, so Wobro for 50, but the noise is so loud you can hear it. You can't even hear my exhaust on the pre-pump. Okay, so then you'll double take it out then. Hopefully it's not strained or anything like that. Yeah, the rip off, you will find something, bro. Yeah, James. That's why I'm taking my time. I did find a few deals for the G37 coupe. One guy was selling it for $4,000. Black leather interior. It was blue. It had about 130,000 miles. But I just didn't like how the car looked. It was definitely hitting the rear end or smacked on the rear fender. So it needed some body work, and it just didn't do it for me. I didn't feel it like that, when it's the one. You just get that feeling. I didn't get that feeling from it. Okay, James. Okay, cool. Michael, buy a G37 sedan. Need it gone since I have a Q60. Yo, Michael, I've had one before. That's why I don't want to get another one. Like, even though you guys know me as a Q50 guy, I had G's already. I already had a Maxima, so I don't want to get the same car I had before. That's why I want the coupe, because I've always wanted the coupe, and this was probably the first coupe I ever owned. What's going on, Brian? Okay, bro, I run my stock, no intake, nothing. What? What do you mean no stock, no intake? Oh yeah, you're making fun of the Q40. I get what you mean. Q50 fam 3.7 still running strong. That's what I'm talking about. Z33. I I have cream interior. I like it. Just don't like the brown trim. Okay, I agree with you. I had the cream leather interior on my G, and it just didn't do it for me. Like I liked it, but I just didn't like the car that much. It's like you have to be on top of it, and I usually always wear dark color clothes or type of denim, and it washes out in the seat leather, and I just hate it. The black just seems like it ages a lot better than the cream leather interior. Okay, cool. Yo, Boost, what's up? I'm trying to decide on my next. We're looking for reliability. Is Q50 upgraded turbos and tuned, reliable, and prevent blown turbo? At less L, I won't be able to tell you. Number one, there's not a lot of people who have upgraded turbos and pushing a lot of power and had their car for like 4 or 5 years now. No. What I can tell you is a lot of people already been tuned on stock turbos for years now, and majority of them ended up having to change their turbos after a certain amount of miles, regardless. So maybe 10 to 20,000 miles. So yeah, it seems like the turbos are still the issues on these cars when you're tuned, beating on your car. Okay, yo, you're a sports. Wait, hold on, Joe. What did Joe say? Oh, okay, I thought I would give you a shot. Michael, I get it. Yours is a red sport or a white S. Joe, I have a 2018 3.0T Sport without the sport packaging. In 2018, Infiniti was trying to be cheap, and they made the sport part an option. So they gave me a sport bumper, sport, and sport seats. That's it. They didn't give me no paddle shifters. They didn't give me the sport suspension. I also have the sport wheels too. But I didn't have a BBK. That's why I had to install one later on. That was like a $2,600 option or $3,600 option. So I thought it was just cheaper for me just to get that. But it is what it is. 6-speed manual for the win. Yep. Sub boost. What's going on, everybody? But the subroutine belt snap seems like a headache always to monitor. Well, at less L, I should be coming out with a video this week or next week. I'm replacing my serpentine belt for the second time. I have a video of talking about it like a year ago, but I didn't bring out the video. Like I just didn't, because it was too cold outside when I changed it, and I didn't have anybody to hold the camera for me or whatever. But this week or next week, I'm gonna be changing it, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do to change the serpentine belt, and how you guys are literally popping it and taking it to the dealer for no apparent reason. It's literally it's a maintenance item. It's so easy to change. It's freaking crazy. Okay, give me a second, guys. Made 320 on E85 3.7, 3-inch intakes, GTR injectors, Walbro 255, ported and low. That's not bad, bro. You should have made more, but you probably did it in some really hot heat. But you run the E85. They could have probably went more aggressive with the timing. Why didn't they go more aggressive with the timing, especially with ported throttle body, upper and lower? There's people making. This is a Mustang dyno. If this is a Mustang dyno, bro, then I think that's good numbers. But if that's a dyno jet, your car's really slow, Hector. No disrespect, Hector. I'm just saying your car's really slow, or your tuner, I don't know what they're doing. It's probably 110, 120 degrees outside. Okay, and I've been seeing people have limp mode issues. Okay, I don't know about that part. I don't know about that part. Let me see. Been on yesterday and Amen. Oh shoot! Oh man, myself gonna get mad at me. Myself is gonna be like, "What? Who's Boost? What is he talking about?" Myself knows who I am. I know who myself is. He's probably gonna be like, "Yo, don't listen to Boost. You don't know what he's talking about." But it was probably what 110, 120 degrees. That's probably the most you could get out the car in that hot heat. That's what I gotta say. And you don't have headers, right? No, you just have test pipes. So that could be another reason too. At Hector. 2013 Supercharged E37 low miles, or 2017 Q50 Red Sport modded. Personally, which one would I rather have at Williams? Winner, what's going on, Williams? Just tell me which one. What do you mean? Which one would I rather own? I'm asking a question. Boost, I see you added no slogans on the shirt, but About to cop one. Yeah, bro. Excuse me. Jesus is the way, truth, and life. Yes, Exodus. When turbo seals go bad, do the turbos not perform or just leak? Well, with my car specifically, the turbo seal hasn't went. It's just the centrifuge, or pretty much the center of the turbo, is leaking from one of the, I would say, the seals, but it's not leaking into the exhaust. At least from what I can see, it's just leaking externally. But other people's seals have you. What would happen is the oil will leak into the turbo itself and into the turbines and out the exhaust. Sometimes it'll go into the intake or it will go into the exhaust. So that's usually what happens. Oh, let me see what else is here. Bear with me, guys. Yo, with the okay XA95. I don't know what you mean by that, bro. Les, yeah, I'm gonna hold off the VR30 then. Thanks. Okay, what's this? What's wrong? What and at 95? What are you saying with the VR? Oh, what's wrong with the VR? Nothing's wrong with the VR. You're just throwing stuff. You're just typing stuff, bro. I don't know what you're saying here. X says Jesus ain't paying my bills. Okay, bear with me, guys. I want to start going through the chat and everything, so I want to make sure I answer all you guys' questions. I try my best always to do that. Jesus loves everyone here. Well, Jesus gotta love everybody, man. No matter what you believe in. Listen, this video isn't about what you believe in. It's just, yo, listen. We're all children of, people would say, God. Whatever God you believe in, whoever you worship, we're all children of that person, that place, that entity, whatever it is. Let's keep it moving, man. What up, Boost? I don't have any questions for you. Just want to wish you well. Thank you, man. Thank you. Oh, I got a donation. Bear with me, guys. Thank you, fam. What question did you ask? Did you ask? Oh, you just donated, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Very much, very much. You don't have no question for me? Just dropping a $5 bill, just $5 shot on me, brother. I appreciate that. All right, I just want to make sure I don't miss any questions, guys. Thanks again, man, for the donation. Hey, man, should I be scared to lemon report? Should I be scared of the lemon report? I'm getting a 2016 RS, but the no lemon reported. What do you mean, Charlie? What do you mean no? If it's no lemon reported, then the car should be fine. What's the problem? You said there's no lemon reported. Don't worry about it. Should I get BC coilovers or spring for daily? XA95. Thank you for clearing up your question. If it's your daily, I'm gonna tell you straight up, go BC Racing coilovers. In the long run, you can be able to adjust the height. You can do so much more tuning with it. But the springs, once you put it in, that's it, and that's your daily. You're gonna have to live with that ride comfort forever. And they don't make aftermarket struts to pair with a spring. So usually what happens is the springs will usually go after a certain amount of miles, unless you're around an area where the road is very clear. Cali weather was 90 degrees. Okay, that's what Hector was talking about. That's probably why I made 320. Bro, want to buy intakes. What do you think of Alpha AMS? Everyone always asks me that. One of the top reasons why I recommend AMS is because, one, it's a closed box intake system. Second, it keeps your IETs very low, which means you have lower charge attempts for your turbos, and it's warranty friendly. That's it. Caliber actually he made you and money of this. Okay, cool. Widest tire. Okay, on a G, widest tire is 285 after you have issues. No, wait, Caliber. You're saying you can only fit 285? Nah, no headers. Okay. Well, I'm back on some questions. Let me speed up, guys. Hey, Boost, my turbos were changed at 45K. I don't have a tune. 17 Redsport. Dom. Yeah. It has happened. And I've said this in a lot of my videos. Higher mileage VRs usually lose their turbos, and that's it. They do have revised turbos for 2020. They use a different part number. So I don't know what they may have changed in the new one, the new turbos. But the older turbos before 2020 or 2019-ish, somewhere right around there, they did have a different part number. Okay. Okay, Salman asked a question. Okay, no, so no, Craig, rewrite your question so I can understand what you mean on a Dino Jet I checked. Okay, ooh, damn, Hector, I'm sorry, man. Craig on the GQ is 85. Okay, I'm a G mod and okay there. Can pray, Craig. Give me a second, guys. Infiniti will post second quarter sales last week. Those sale numbers are expected to be catastrophic. Of course, no one's buying cars right now at MPG. No one's buying cars. So it's not only Infiniti. Majority of people are not buying cars right now. We were in the house for what, about 3 to 4 to 5 months now. So everybody's doing bad. Exodus. Yo, come on, man. Yo, listen. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say it on video once again. I don't care about you guys' race. I don't care about you guys' gender. I don't care about what you guys believe in. I respect every single one of you guys watching because we all have a different belief system, and for us to go back and forth about our differences doesn't make sense, man. There's blood under this black skin, and it's red just like yours. All right, let's keep this going, man. Sorry, guys. We got to keep this going, man. We got to be positive with each other, man. We all got to do good out here, man. I love every single one of you guys, and y'all should love your fellow brother or sister too, man. Anyways, I'm on a hunt for a new car and got me looking into Qs. Don't know which Q I'm better off with. I'm trying to look for reliable power and be able to mod and still make good power. Well, Joe, it depends on what good power is, bro. Because if you're thinking about a Q, we only have two different. Well, we have four different platforms actually for the Q. Is even though we don't talk about the other two, we don't talk about the hybrid, and we don't talk about the 2.0T, right? 2.0T, no one really gets. I have a few of you guys who do have it. I just kind of wish you guys got the 3.0T, and you have people with the hybrid. The hybrid is actually really good, but you don't have much trunk space, and you really can't tune the car. You can add modifications such as exhaust and intakes, but it stops there. So that car is more for the saving gas, looking clean, and that stops right around there. But if you're talking about the 3.7 versus 3.0T, 3.7 full bolt-ons in a tune, if you want to tune it, can make close to 400 horsepower. Red Sports and 3.0Ts, yeah, a lot more power than that. Another 100, 150, maybe 200 power on top of that. It all depends on E85 and upgraded turbos. So that's up to you. But if you really worry about reliability, just get the 3.7 and call it a day, man. Okay, Joe, would you recommend 3.7? Okay, yeah, I already answered that. So in my own case, at Joe, I would only recommend the 3.0T Sport. I do have Red Sport followers. Love you guys very much. You know, you guys got the top tier car. That's what my boy Winter would say. But knowing that there's really no difference between the 3.0T versus the Red Sport, there's really no difference with that extra $10,000 that they put into it for you to upcharge you guys, because it's all about marketing and getting you guys for your money. So bear with me. So that's what they did. That's literally what they did. So I would recommend a 3.0T Sport. Typos. Okay, GTR or Q50 is the same. No, Exodus. GTR and Q50 is not the same. No, where do I ever say that, Exodus? Where do you see this platform going performance-wise and information on fitting bigger turbos? Or are we gonna restrict it to tight engine bay? Well, to be quite honest, remember the Z is coming out. The Z is probably gonna get the VR30 because they're not gonna develop a whole new motor. It's probably gonna be the same chassis on the Q60 right now. The same chassis that the Q60 sits on is probably gonna be the Z chassis. So the Z is already gonna have performance parts out there because most likely they're gonna be able to bolt on. It's just that now the Z has enough heritage and love and following that every company is gonna start making parts for that car. You see how the Super came out and it started being fast already? All these big companies are gonna see this new Z and do the same exact thing, which means now Q50 guys like me or Q50, Q60 guys that are watching are gonna be like, yo, wait, that means we get to have other parts now. This is when you're gonna start seeing $40 blower valves from eBay made for our cars and stuff like that. So I can see performance-wise, there are gonna be more companies once the Z comes out. But do I see this car ever this motor being an M3, M4 competitor or anything like that? Nah, I don't see it unless Infiniti makes another tier level to this motor where it just has bigger turbos. But the engine bay is too tight. At the current moment, you can only get 2 turbos for this platform. You can get pure turbos where they change out the hot side and cold side turbine, and RT turbos where you can just change out the cold side turbine. That's it. Usually you get a bump of about 30% to about 30%. Was it? Yeah, about 30% for RTs, and I think like 45% in efficiency with the pures. But don't quote me on that, but I just know the pures is slightly better for a higher top end. All right, bear with me, guys. What is the 3.7 transmission feeling like? It's slipping sometimes. Initial pull. This is my second one, and I've only had intake so far. Nothing done to my exhaust. Well, at too fresh, right? That's a good question. When I had my 3.7, I had a lease, and I didn't have any issues with that transmission at all. But what I would honestly say is, do you repeat? Do you ever change out the transmission fluid? That's number one. Number two, when you had it changed, did they actually do a proper flush? Maybe the transmission may be low on transmission fluid because you shouldn't be burning up clutch packs or anything like that, especially on the 3.7 when it's stock. It's not a lot of torque for it to burn out clutch packs. So either you're low on transmission fluid in there, or yeah, it was already low. It must have been low on transmission fluid. That's the only thing I can think of. That's it. That's because you should not be having transmission issues on the 3.7 unless you never change the transmission fluid too. All right. Bear with me, guys. Say boost. I installed JB4 no fuel wires and ran it good, but as soon as I installed the fuel wires, I got a misfire code. At Red Sport, and you might have installed the fuel wires incorrectly. I did that before, and I realized either I tapped into the wrong line or I had the wrong settings on the JB4 unit. So I would recommend take the fuel wires off. To be honest, guys, when I had a JB4, the fuel wires are only good for racing. That's it. I did not use the fuel wires for daily driving because they don't kick in until you're at the higher RPM when you're full throttle, which means this is when you're doing road racing or you're at the racetrack. That is it. So the fuel wires are just that extra additive, and plus they only really beneficial when you're running like an E80, a low E85 mix, and also it not being 100 degrees outside. Yo, what's going on, Bradford White? Yo, guys, go check out my boy Bradford White YouTube channel, man. He's a fellow Nissan guy with an Ultima, so definitely check it out, man. You guys got to go check out his channel, man. Come on, man. You got to show them Ultima some love. Excalibur, yes, okay. Curry Shot, what up, man? I came in here seeing people talking about holding off on the VR and replacing turbos, and I was like, oh no, I just bought a 2017 SE 95. What do you mean replacing well, I don't know what you mean by 95. I get what you mean. It's not a bad car, bro. Like, I don't want you to go sit there and think that the Q50 is a really bad car, like you made a bad decision. Like, it's really not a bad car. For the cars that are left on the market that are sports sedans or some kind of sporty sedan, these are one of the best. But you know, there are still faster sedans out there. But for this price range, there's really no one that can really compare. I swear it looks like a GTR price is dropping. If it is dropping, it's because the last 4 to 5 months nobody's been buying cars. That's the only thing I can think of. But the GTR still is hovering right around that $38,000 mark, like right around low 40s. That's it. So I don't think I'm ever gonna see a GTR at $30,000. You wanna know why? Because if a GTR touches $29,000, a lot of people are gonna buy it. And then sooner or later, they're gonna start getting wrecked so much because they're they're gonna be really too affordable. So I hope it stays up there because you know when cars stay at a specific price, they hold value better. That's number one. Number two, they're not as accessible for everyone. Hear me out when I say this. All right, I'm 32. That people that are watching, right? Now I know I got a few followers that are 18, 19, 20, young cats. I was young too, still young, right? But you can't give me no GTR when I was 18. I would have hit a pole. I would have hit a pole. That's why I had a Maxima. I could have hit a pole with a Maxima, but that's only 190 horsepower versus what, almost a 500 horsepower car. So it's best that they keep some of these prices of these cars high because once they're obtainable, boy, just imagine an 18-year-old with a Hellcat. Like, but that's just my opinion. Bear with me, guys, for ranting right there. I bought mine in the middle of lockdown. Smart. Q50 VRs do sound good like Baby GTR. They're VR30s. They're a derivative of the VR38 3.0T. Yo, Smear, what up? Charlie, yeah, the reason why I asked about the lemon is because someone told me that the first VR gen were prone to lemons. To clarify, should I worry about getting a 2016? Well, at Charlie, to be quite honest, do your due diligence. Do the proper auto check if you really want. You can also send the car to an inspector. They'll inspect the car. Just pay a little extra money. They'll actually go through the car with everything. They'll put the 2 different scanners on it. They'll look at it, see if it was a hit. Like, do your background yet. Spend a little extra money so you can buy with confidence. Or let's say you want to buy the car from is it CarMax? Like, look and see if you get the car from like CarMax. I know they offer like a really high warranty on the car, like 7 or 8 years or 100,000 miles on any car that they sell used. So guys, you can look into doing that too. Oh, what's going on, Smith? Thank you for the $2 shot, bro. number three most cars stolen new car anti-theft options. To be honest, an anti-theft option. I know Viper, all those aftermarket systems now, they have some kind of GPS locator. Infiniti also sells under their app where you can locate the car on the GPS with that. But for them not to steal the car, you can't do nothing about it. A lot of people's cars have gotten stolen with a wireless handheld where you walk up and you pretty much like I would say, repin the car so that they can start it. So you can't really beat that. Like, there's no way to really beat that part. But for someone to like really just walk up and break in your car and turn it on like this, that's not really gonna happen. Like, that's not really a common thing that happens. So the thieves got a lot smarter nowadays. Once they got that handheld, they can get almost any car they want. That's just my opinion, Asmir. Appreciate that. Appreciate the $2 shot, brother. All right, I feel like I missed some questions, so bear with me, guys. I got a lot of you guys on here today. So if I don't go into detail with every question, or I just give a really short answer, I'm sorry, but I want to knock these questions out. I always try my best to do this, okay? If you guys do want to send me separate questions, you can add me at boostinmotion on IG, boostinmotion on Facebook, and boostinmotion@gmail.com. So just in case I don't get to your guys' questions today, okay? It's a lot easier for me to answer it there too under this chat thread, all right? Bear with me. Whew. All right. Williams, Boost, what would you rather own? Okay, I would rather honestly own a G37. Ah, man, I hate to say it. All right, I would actually rather own an M37 XS with a supercharger, with a bigger supercharger and a smaller blower, because I need a bigger car. I would want a bigger car, and I just think that the G37 sedan isn't really as when I used to own it. I don't really like that car as much. I like the coupes more, but I really would want the sedan. So that's what I would rather do. I would rather have an M37 XS with a bigger blower, smaller pulley, supercharged automatic. That's what I would like to do. But you know, whew, all right. Sorry, Chris, or damn, I lost you guys. Oh, Williams, I'm sorry. Smear, wanted to link up with you on my home, Cali. Okay, cool. But I have sales calls to pay over the weekend. I'm in PA now. It's okay, Smear. I appreciate it, man, very much. Don't worry, because you're going to, or at least should get a warranty with it. Yep. He's talking about the guy who wants to get the car, the 2016. Okay, first modifications recommended for the VR30: downpipes, intakes, or heat exchanger. At Benny, this is what I would do. This is what everyone's watching that has a VR30. If you're talking about just modifications, I would do heat exchanger and downpipes at the same time. Reason why I say downpipes, they're really affordable. Some of you guys are kind of brand hoes, so you want to get the more expensive brand downpipes. But I just want you guys to know, if you spend $1,000 on downpipes, you don't gain any extra power over mega and lower downpipes for your VR30. Also, for the heat exchanger, I recommend the heat exchanger for right now in the hot summer months, because your car is, if you guys have a VR30, you notice the car isn't as fast as it was 3 to 4 months ago. So I just want you guys to know that at this quiet moment, okay? So I want you guys to do lower downpipes and heat exchanger. Well, bear with me, guys. One second. I lost the chat thread, guys. All right, let's keep this going. All right. What long tube headers would you recommend on the Q50 3.7, or just stick with ARC pipes, and will long tube headers get more power? I'm gonna answer that last question first last. Long tube headers give you the most high-end wheel horsepower. That's it. Now, number two, I would recommend just sticking with your test pipes or your arc pipes in this case. Reason being is the extra money that you spend to try to get headers in or to get headers to fit may just be too much money. And at that point, the amount of wheel horsepower you gain is going to be not much. 5, maybe 8 wheel horsepower at the top end. You're spending a lot of money and going through a lot of headaches just for pretty much, pennies in the bucket, if you know what I mean. But that's my opinion. Other tuners are going to tell you get long tube headers. They're going to tell you to spend all this extra money, but are they really spending your money? No, you're spending your money. They're just tuning your cars. They don't care. So it's up to you, man. If you really want to spend the extra money and get headers. But and also to answer the last question, I don't know what headers are gonna fit your 3.7. It seems that if you have an all-wheel drive, pretty much no, it's one or two headers do fit the all-wheel drive, but I can't remember the brand, so just look it up on YouTube. It was like one or two guys. They said they had to beat it up to fit in there. But people have gotten shorty headers in the four-wheel drive. The real drive seems like there's no issue because you don't have the drive shaft and stuff in the way and brackets and stuff. So that's my recommendation. All right, guys, let me blow through this now. Charlie Boost, the legend. Oh, NYZ Fly Guy. Check out NYZ's Fly Guy channel. He has a G37 coupe from New York like me. So gotta show love, much respect for him too, man. It's not a lot of G37 channels out there. So he's one of them and he's trying to get his big. So definitely check out NYZ Fly Guy. Yeah, definitely. Williams Boost, what would you rather? Oh, okay, I answered that question already. Salmon, what size is 1910.5 wide? What's the widest tire I can throw on the wheel without issues? Car is an all-wheel drive and trying to be square setup. At Craig, I'm not too positive if you're talking about the Q50 or G37, but our fitment is necessary very similar. I'm not going to go into detail in this video about this because I have videos about this already. So just put in boost in motion wheel fitment and it will and the information is going to come right up. I have like 3 videos on this already, so I'm not going to get into detail because I have so much questions. But to quickly answer it, try to go with a 45 offset, 40 to 50 offset plus 40 to plus 50 offset, and you can fit between a 285 to 305 and this to 305. Maybe not the 305 on a 40. You could probably put the 285 on a 45. So what I would say is you'll fit like up to like a 285, 295 on a plus 45 offset. But also this whole depends on if your stock height and everything like that. So Craig, write down a note and say, let's go look at that. I have plenty of videos on that and I get details. So I can't get detail in this video. Alvin, Boost, I just got a 2018 Q50 Silver Sport and just got a JB4. What map should I run? I live in Cali. This is, for you Cali guys, this is one of the most common questions I get from all my Cali dudes who get a JB4. What map should I run? I'm going to just make it short and sweet here. Once again, Alvin, I do have videos on this already on what maps you should run on your JB4 Red Sport and also your JB4 300 horsepower version. But what I would say is always keep with the first maps first. Map 1, map 2. If you have the latest version, map 3, that's between 4 to 6 psi above stock, and data log the car and see if it has any issues. That's my first recommendation. Don't jump up to the highest map because you're in Cali. You said you just got the car. You probably don't have a heat exchanger. You probably don't have any of the coolant mods. It's really hot out there, and you have 91 fuel. So you guys are literally drinking. I mean, you're not drinking piss, but your cars are drinking piss, and it's just not enough power that you guys are gonna get out of the 91 octane. Okay, hey person, I think 10K for a tune protected by Infiniti warranty is slightly justified. I mean, at 95, I think you're talking about the whole. Whoa, I'm way back on the comments. Whoa, I gotta speed up. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's a lot more expensive. Joe, aren't red sports making 400 and regular sports are making 300 according listings? I thought that was the difference. Yeah, the tune. What Joe is saying is, if you have the 300 horsepower Q50 versus the 400 horsepower Q50, it's really just the tune from factory. That's it. There's no special turbos. There's no special rods and pistons in the motor or transmission. No, it is literally just a tune that comes from factory. That's it. Hey, do you think the intake headers, exhaust, and AMS tune is too much for daily? I don't know about headers at 95. There's no headers for the VR30 platform, so that's not a thing. But everybody's been dailying their VR30s for quite a while since this car has been coming out. It has been coming out and been tuned. A lot of us has been tuned for between 3 to 4 years already. The only issues that we're starting to run into at higher mileage, I'm talking about higher mileage, is that the turbo seals may start to go because we're running excessive PSI, heat, all that type of stuff does break down turbo seals and breaks down parts in any car over time. So you might have an M5 right now, 2018. I doubt a lot of M5s at 2018, from 2018 with 90,000 miles haven't had their turbos replaced yet, or injectors or something like that. These cars that come with turbos, all of them, always going to run into issues at higher mileage. Bear with me, guys. Okay, cool. 255 max. Why? Thank you, G37, as for answering that, man. while I'm waiting for a back boost, what undercover mods are good for at least? At Urban, the best undercover modification is the JB4. That is literally the best undercover mod. People are gonna say just get a full-fledged tune, but I doubt Infiniti is looking into tunes anymore because this platform has been out, so they're not really sending out engineers. They just want to see what was the material failure. Like if a turbo seal goes, they're not scanning the car and see if it's tuned. I doubt it. But I do have a few Infiniti cats that watch my videos and everything like that. So it's up to their specific dealership. So I would say the JB4 because it's a plug-in boost controller and you could just unplug it. You gain a quick 50 to 100 horsepower depending on what platform you have. So if you have a 3.0T, 300 horsepower, you're going to gain about, depending on the fuel you're running, you could gain between 50 to about 90 to 100 horsepower. So that's when you start mixing fuels such as E85 with 93 fuel. 91 fuel, you're really not going to gain as much power. Usually on the 300 horsepower version, probably 40 to 60 at the most. But you're still going to need an upgraded heat exchanger and stuff like that. This is for the people who watch who have JB4s. Boost on the cover. Of course, I want to go wide the tire kick. Okay, cool. Thanks, Common. Common 3.0T issues and maintenance. Joe, good question. I do have videos on this, but because you guys are watching and you are VR30 owners and G37 owners that may want to come to the 3.0T, number one common I would say issue is higher mileage turbos may start to leak. So if the car has 50, 60 to 70,000 miles and you guys want to start turbo, put a turbo in it and beat on the car, yes, that's something that's going to happen. Turbo seals will start to go. Two, I would say a second common problem would be an injector issue. Not necessarily with E85, but the early model 2016 VR30s, some people have had injectors fail at the start, like the car stock, and some people have had the injectors fail. So that I would say that is a common enough issue that has happened, but nothing like 335s or N54, N55 platform, nothing like their platform. Like our injectors are fine. It's just a few people have had issues on it, at least enough that I can count it on at least two hands. But to me, that's common enough. If I know 10 people who had that issue. The third common issue I would say on the VR30, the serpentine belt. Somebody probably already answered it. The serpentine belt is pretty much your accessory belt that pretty much rotates and keeps your AC compressor spinning, water pumps and stuff like that. What would happen is the automatic tensioner is this is what pushes against the belt to keep it nice and tight. What would happen is it pushes it really hard against all this rubber. The rubber starts to become pliable, and guess what would happen? When rubber becomes pliable, it starts to stretch and then it pops. So people been driving around with their 30, 40, 50,000 mile serpentine belt and it finally pops and they say, wow, VR30 is unreliable. Dude, your serpentine belt is supposed to be changed out just like oil. It's a maintenance thing. It needs to be maintained. So I would say that's the third common issue. Sorry for ranting everybody. I just want to get that one out. How's the stock muffler been performance-wise? I've had drone, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking I'll change it back. I don't think performance change is worth the headache. I like the stock muffler because it's quiet. I'm basically for low downpipes, YPIPE, and midpipe, and I have the stock muffler. It's nice and quiet. I still have the same consistent speed. At least I haven't dragged it, but I highly doubt it. I highly doubt that it affected my top end as much because it's so far away from the turbos. It's at the back of the car. So if you want to bolt up your stock muffler to your aftermarket mid-pipe, if it fits, then why not? I don't see it as a problem. Doesn't mean you still can't have performance. Remember, your muffler is just really for sound. Honestly, I keep telling people that mufflers are really just for sound. That's really it. Like our cars don't have that huge amount of displacement that we need to have like straight through AXLEBACKs. All right. Yo, what's going on, Parks? What's up, man? How are you? All right, let me speed up, man. I recommend it. 2008 to 2010 Sport. Find one with low miles. The taillights are the best looking for these models, and they start looking worse on the newer models, especially the new Qs. What I would say at T37S, what I would say, bro, I actually like the rear end of the first gen, I would say G37, but I like the headlights of like the 2012 and the bumpers of the 2012 because that's when they put the fog lights in the bumper of the G37. So they were cost cutting before, but then that's when they got a little bit of money and then they started making the G37 look a little bit better in the front. But that's my opinion. Winner, CarMax will do full inspection before purchasing. Yep. Yeah, CarMax is overpriced, but your reputation. Yep. True GTR trades. Should I change my G37 tranny fluid at 150K? Why not? Why not? It's 150,000 miles. It's a drain and fill too. So there's no port to drain it in. What you would have to do is bring it on a lift, open the transmission pan or drop the plug or whatever. All the fluid's gonna come out, and then you're gonna have to pump the fluid back into the pan. So you're gonna have to measure how much fluid comes out and then pump it in. There's different tools out there that you can do this with, but you're gonna end up pumping the transmission fluid back in the pan. That's usually what you got to do. Just let you know. All right. Paying for a peace of mind. CarMax. Yep. Okay. Should I purchase a 2017 and 2020 certified pre-owned Q50 or wait to see if they remodel it for 2021 year? They're not going to remodel it for 2021 from 2021 year, from what I know. Because I read a few tabloids from Nissan about their restructuring, and they ain't got the money to do that right now. They're gonna put a lot of time and their attention into the new Z that's coming out. So I doubt they're gonna change up the 2021 Q50 right now. Especially, you probably will see a new QX50 before you see a new 2020 Q50, because the QX50 sells more units than the Q50. Like Q50 doesn't have barely any sales. Not only because of the pandemic, but people aren't buying cars anymore. They're buying CUVs. Don't buy aftermarket option, not worth it. Boost said that, okay, I have an app, but there's a video on the forum about a guy who has a Q60 getting stolen right out of his driveway. At Smear, there's plenty of people who've had the Q50, Q60 stolen. They just walk right up to your car, and what they'll do is they'll use a handheld, and it uses, frequencies and all that stuff that I really don't know much about at all. Sorry. And they pretty much just rewrite your PIN or passcodes, and they could just gain access to your car. And then they sit in the car and they gain access to the car, and they repin that and they start the car and they drive away. That's new age stealing, bro. What's good, Boost? I would say look into Sprint Booster to pedal lock up your car so they can drive it if it's stolen. That actually is a good idea. The boy, what he's saying is that you put a device on your accelerator pedal, and if you could I assume that you can control it through an app, and it'll probably make your gas pedal go dead. That's a good idea, at the boy. Or you can pull specific sensors that the car doesn't start. So if you're gonna put the car down and maybe make a failsafe, such as like rewire it that you have like a kill switch for the starter or something like that. You can do that too. There's plenty of ways of like doing things. I'm not gonna tell you guys what doing video because I haven't done it before. But just thinking in my head off back, if you really don't want your car stolen, you can splice from the starter and put a toggle switch and put it right under your dash or something, or somewhere in a hidden spot or a hidden button or whatever. And whenever you press it and it clicks in, they can't start your car. It just won't start at all. So if that's if you guys really want to do something like that. But I don't think our cars are that type of car that really gets stolen like that. Like I would see someone want to steal a more high-end car than ours, but that's just my honest opinion. Scary stuff, brother. Oh man, I would love to have an M56 German saloon performance. Yep. But yeah, okay, cool. So he's talking about the V8 M56X. Well, the reason why I won't get the V8 M56 necessarily is, one, there's not much modifications. Two, performance-wise, don't really gain much performance. And three, they do have a time and chain issue. At a specific amount of miles, you're gonna need to get that done on the car. So that gets quite expensive. That's why I've been looking at Q70 Sports. Okay, one bigger. Parks, why didn't you add the cool seats for the G? The only one that has cool seats are the convertibles. Do you know why? Parks, I actually did not know that the convertibles have cool seats. I actually didn't know that. So I'll go double check that. But cool seats do come in the M series cars. Wait, do they? Yeah, I'm waiting to think like, wait. I really can't remember, Parks. I'm gonna have to do my research again. I'm supposed to be the Infiniti guy. Wow, someone's gonna comment below and be like, "Damn, Boost, you're supposed to know that." V8s, Boost. Give me a second. Plan on going on the LSD? No, not this time. That's not this moment, brother. That's a $1,600 modification. That is expensive, and I just chose not to do that right now. I'll do that later. Wayman, after you find your rear-wheel drive car, will you consider getting a front-wheel drive car for the channel? At Lawrence, I already had a Maxima. I had two Maximas actually, and I'm not going back to front-wheel drive life. I don't see the sense in it. What platform that's out now currently, that's new, that is very tune friendly, such as maybe like a Honda or a Toyota Camry that's gonna be front wheel drive and that you can make fast. You get what I'm trying to say? Like there's really no cars, and when I come to power, like why? I'm gonna have a road drive car that can move fast in road racing, and I'm gonna have an all-wheel drive car for stoplights. What is the front-wheel drive car gonna do? You know, I do love my Maximus, man. I would love to get back a 5.5 gen, but the hassle I would have to go with changing the gallery gas issues on the 3.5, or I would want to do the newer Maxima motors. It's just gonna be a money pit, and what's gonna be the benefit of it? You know, the only way I see myself getting into another front-wheel drive car is if I buy it already hooked up. So if someone already turboed their Maxima, it's like, yo, man, give me 5 Gs. I want to move on to something else. I'll probably do that. But I'm not going to start with a bare bones Maxima and build it up again. Nah. Um, would you say the 2018 Q50 hybrid is a good engine? I thought they scrapped the hybrid motor in 2018. I don't remember them making the hybrid in the 2018 Q50. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember that. I think they scrapped it after 2017. But yes, the 3.5 VQ hybrid motor that they have is a perfectly fine motor. That's the 3.5 motor that's HR that's been out for years before that. That motor is fine. But the electric motor, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know that. So I know at some point that electric motor that's separate from the VR30 VR35 HR motor is gonna probably go out, or maybe even the battery that's in the trunk. So I don't know. Just make sure you get extended warranty with these type of things. Turbo leak in oil, pulled off the intake, found tube filled the top. Whoa, wait. NYC Diplomat said, turbo leak in oil, pulled off my intake, found the tube filled to the top with oil. Wow. Took it to Bayside Infiniti, and now they say turbo is back on back order until the end of July. Sorry at NYC Diplomat, man. That freaking sucks. Wow, that's bad. You said it was filled up the top with oil. That means the seal went bad and it just started filling up the turbo. Sheesh. Sorry, man. Hopefully they gave you a loaner. See, but you see what I'm talking about? NYC Diplomat, write down your mileage if you're still watching. Maybe or modification. So don't just say, yeah, I got 10K, but then you'd sit there and say, yo, I'm making 600 wheel. You know, you've been beating on the car, but just type it down. It's good that people can see that in the chat and kind of rough engage from people's experience, you know. Man, you cool as fuck. Okay, cool. Nothing better than a helpful car. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that, man. Infiniti and Bayside. Oh, okay, cool. I am moving back home to CA, California. I am installing a heat exchanger when I get home. On 91, I run map 0, map 1 for safety. With E30 mix, I will run map 6. Okay, that's possible. You can do that on at Smear. You can do that on the 300 horsepower version. Even the G, some people might push that on a JB4 or Red Sports, but I wouldn't run anything more than 6 psi on a JB4 on at all, because you're not gonna have enough fuel. The car is gonna start. It runs off a stock tune, so when you start pushing 19, 20 psi, the fuel pumps actually start to overwork themselves, and or the car starts to make itself really rich. So the car will start actually sputtering a little bit. And plus, you need to upgrade a heat exchanger, like you said. Okay, top 3 CATBACKs for the 3.0T. I would say for sound will be Fast Attentions, ARC, and I actually like NVIDIA. I like how they sound. For performance, anyone, because none of them are really better than the next. Maybe the MBRP 3-inch exhaust because it's just 3 inches, but yeah, performance-wise, they all do the same damn thing. Just saying. Doctor, all things G, what's going on, man? Christian, where does the arrow needs to be on the alignment thing? If you're talking about which alignment thing at Christian, are you talking about the belt alignment, or are you talking about alignment for the actual steering? When it comes to a steering alignment, then I assume you're talking about the belt. I have pictures about it, or you can check a video. I have a video talking about this, and I put the pictures up. But I also have pictures on my IG of the sequence on where the belt is supposed to be on my IG, on my post. So you can actually find it there too. All things G, what's going on, man? For the belt, okay. Christian already said for the belt. Okay, cool. Obviously smart. 25K for 3.0T, a lot. Around 40,000 miles. Joe, you can actually get that for cheaper. The 2016s are dropping like cheap. Like I've seen them at 18K, higher mileage, but I would try to sit there and look for a better deal. But that might be, you know what? If you guys can hold out for a few more months and buy this car, do it. I'll recommend doing it because in the next 3 months, you're going to see a lot of changes in North America. And there's going to be, I don't want to say there's going to be a rush of people buying cars right now, but because they're having lockdowns again, that means a lot of these businesses have to close again, which means, once again, if your car sits on a lot for too long, they're actually losing money every month if the car sits on a lot. So you're going to see a lot of deals pop up. You just have to be patient. That's what I would do, and that's my recommendation. All right. Oh, thank you, all things G, for the $2 shot, man. Very much, I respect that, man. I just now saw it. It didn't pop up on my thing, man. I'm sorry about that. Okay, Boost has, okay. Wait. What are your thoughts on a turbo timer for the Q50 3.0T? If you can wire it up, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Or you can just wait a few minutes when you park. Wait 2-3 minutes, let the temperature come down. But if it's hot outside, it's hot outside. There's nothing really you can really do. Turbo timers to me are really for just when you are beating on the car, like, and you just come and park it and get out. I don't think you should do that. I think you should actually park the car, give it a few minutes, let everything cool off. It is what it is. If it's in the wintertime, I don't think you really need it because it's cold already. What are your thoughts on, okay, Boost, I have an ECU Tech Tune Q60 RS Sport with all the breathing mods except for upper down pipes. Need a little bit more power. What do you think I should do next? Well, you already ECU Tech Tune with all the breathing mods. So at Rick, if you do have access to E85, this may be a time to go to E85. That is the next modification that's going to give you the big bump in power. That means you're gonna need to look in. You can go to AMS. They already have a cheat sheet already. Low pressure fuel pump, high pressure fuel pump. You're gonna need to get the flex fuel kit so you can read the amount of flex fuel, and you're gonna need to get retuned or reflashed for E85, and you're gonna see a big bump in power. I got a 17 red sport for 16,000 miles. Yeah, see, look, Christian, way better deal. Been here since the beginning. You know that. Keep it up, Boost. Yo, old things, G, man. I appreciate that, man. You don't even have to donate, man. What about the 340 BMW? At Brian, that car's no joke. If it's a 340 BMW with a B58 or the 440i, shout out to winner, or the 440i with a B58, those cars are no joke. I'm not really saying the car is no joke. I gotta say that motor and transmission is no joke. So what I would say is, pound for pound, that the BMW B58 is better than the VR38. It's just a simpler design when it comes to a motor, transmission, and that's it, and aftermarket support. So that's why I would say that would be better. But that's that's for basic modifications, and it's a little lighter than our cars, and it's a BMW. So of course, you can flex a little bit better in the BMW. Oh, guys, if you see the merch, I got some new merch out. If you guys want to check below in the Teespring account and everything like that. Also came out with 3 new shirts, not that don't say Boost in Motion. One is gonna say dig races only. Another one's gonna say is chase is a race, and the last one's gonna sit there and say make them sell it. So this is gonna just be the novelty shirts I'm gonna come out. I'm waiting for them to come in so I can wear them. But you can order directly from Teespring and it'll be delivered to your house. All right. I hope that they don't put DAS in the new Z. At 95, they will. All manufacturers are going with electric steering, bro. Yes, they do. They need to stop the CVT and the Max. Yes, at All Things G, they do need to get rid of the CVT and the Max. I freaking hate that. And they have to throw the all-wheel drive system in that too. Yeah, they have the all-wheel drive system in the 2.5 Ultima, non-turbo. Non-turbo. They didn't even give the turbo to the all-wheel drive system. They said, no, we're going to give it to the non-turbo Ultima. High mileage G37S. High mileage G37S. 35. Okay, cool. Owner. I haven't been beat by a G30. Yeah, because the G35 SHR sedan is one of the lightest ones out of the G family. 100%. That is the lightest one compared to, like, let's say B70Z. ZVT killed the Maxima. That's actually why I left Maxima game. They stopped making power. They stopped making it sporty, and they added a CVT. And I was like, this is trash. Are you familiar with Phoenix Mark? Yes, I am. And what are your thoughts? The Phoenix Mark III Android radios, Pretty much that replaces the in-dash with the one screen, the Tesla screen. They came out with their latest version in the last few months, and it's really good from what I've been told. You can check out, there's a YouTuber called Insignia or Insignia, but he deals with the company directly, and he's helped them get a lot of bugs out. So I would say the latest, greatest version is actually one of the best. The first versions were actually pretty not good. A lot of glitches, a lot of performance issues. The processor was really slow. Hey, sorry, man, I already asked this, but did you basic bolt-on mods for the Q50 VR, okay, or for daily driver? Well, you did ask that already, XA95. Yes, most people have daily drive their 450 wheel horsepower VR30s for the last few years. No one has really lost a motor or transmission, but with the higher mileage, with heat, with thin oil, I would say, some of them started losing their turbos because it's just something that happens with all turbo cars. When mileage starts getting higher, this is just what happens. Yeah, 20K miles, AMS downpipes, AMX initiated, BMS intakes, and cough ECU tech tuned by B-Tune. Okay, NYC Diplomat. I can't sit there and say someone can blow your turbos, but what I will say is this. There has been a few people, right, that have had boost leaks. Let me use an example here, right? This is for all the people who are watching. If you're watching right now with a VR30 motor, right, and you're tuned or want to get tuned, there's something called a boost leak. I don't even talk about this in videos. Boost leaks exist. Pretty much the air is escaping out of the intake track. Now, this is what makes the red sports better, right? Hear me out. They have the optical sensors. Now, when you have optical sensors, you can read how fast the turbines are going. When you don't have optical sensors, that's one less reading that the tuners have access to. So what they like to read off is how much PSI are you gaining, right? How much PSI have you gained? So let's say they want to give you an 18 PSI tune. They'll tune you on 18 PSI. But if you have a boost leak, that means that they have to spin your turbines even faster to hit 18 PSI, right? That means that turbines now are spinning even faster than they would normally speed up to, which will mean that now this turbo is actually being overspun, and then guess what would happen? The turbo will fail. So this is actually something that had happened to a good amount of people that I know who went with blow-up valves or did something with the intake system, and they didn't even know they had a boost leak, and then their turbos ended up going because the tuner didn't have access to the turbine speed. Just throwing that out there so you guys will know. So I just gave you guys a nugget that y'all probably don't hear a lot of people talk about. But yeah, once again, Smeary, thank you for the shot again. Yeah, driving my Q from NY to California, E85 only. No, Smear. No, do not drive from NY to Cali on E85. Why would you do that? No, those cars, no. Just drive it on 93, bro. Please do not. Wanted to post on Facebook group, but didn't need the drama. Notice when I started the car, I started hurling Gerbil in the right intake track, and boom, there was on the top. Ooh, sorry, man. Sorry, NYC Diplomat. Bear with me, guys, that are joining into the chat. I'm just going through the questions, and I am back about 8 minutes. I was back about 15 minutes, so I'm getting it. All right, so yeah, how's the Killer Chiller? No, I don't have it installed yet, and I'm not gonna install it myself. I'm gonna have my friend shop install it for me, and I'm gonna record it because I don't work with refrigerant, and he needs to build a bracket and certain things like that to make sure that everything's wired up and sealed, if you know what I mean. Hey, you should definitely let your car cool when you beat on it. 100% gonna cop that merch now. Thank you, All Things G. What happened to the VR30? Oh, at Damon, no one bought any. No one bought the VQ versus VR t-shirts. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna have something up there that no one wants to buy, and I can only put so much shirts in the slots that when I promote it. So I was like, let me just take that out and try the new shirts, and those started selling immediately. So yeah, maybe I just didn't promote them enough, but I did, and no one wanted to buy them. So, but you know what? I'll bring it up again just to see if it does catch on and try to promote it for like one more week. If no one buys anything, hopefully get your own shirt. Because if you get one, that means you're gonna be the only one with a VR versus V30 VQ shirt out there, which means you're gonna be rare, bro. Rare. Chase is not a race. Yeah, but that's what I gotta put up. Some people love Chase as a race, bro. Exactly. Your old Drive Max response was good, yo. What's going on, Money TX? What's going on, man? Moni. Okay, okay, it's okay. Corrupted Files. What are your thoughts on the 335i and what mileage range should I be looking for? At Corrupted Files, if you already don't subscribe to Speed Cultures Studios, he has a black Q50, but also he recently picked up a 335i. That's going to be his project car, and he's already doing a lot of work on it because it's not running too well. So I would actually recommend you hit up Speed Cultures and ask him, because he's actually an owner of that car. But what I would say is this: I only like the motor that comes on the 335i's, the N54. Anything that it is surrounded by, such as a BMW, I don't really like it. I'm just saying, I love BMWs. I'm just saying there's too much parts that break, that wear out, that you have to replace on those older cars. If you compare a 335i 2008 coupe, right, to a 2008 G37 coupe, the 335i is completely unreliable. Other than the VQ having a gallery gasket issue, everything else is fine. The gallery gasket issue is a big issue, but it's way better than the 335i. But that's just my opinion. But definitely check out Speed Cultures. Hit him up to say Boo sent him sent you, because you would know about 335i's. But good question, bro. Hey man, just wanted to thank you for being a GOAT, and for us old and new Q50 owners. Thank you, XA and 95. I appreciate that. I just want to be a regular dude, man. I got some information to share from my own experience, from the experience of people around me. And also, if you guys want to, you can join the Q50, Q60 forum group on Facebook. A lot of it, sometimes some of this information will come up. Nowadays, it's such a big group. It's not the same as it was 2-3 years ago when it was more performance and learning everything about the platform. Now it's just like, yeah, we're just making funny memes and having nice pictures of our cars. That's really it nowadays. Laugh for no shots. I will go back at him whenever the turbo's back. Okay, cool. Is the 2009 G37X with 53 worth a look? If the price is really good, Terry, 2012, if it's a really good price, I don't see why not. Mileage is really low, so you probably don't have a gallery gasket issue. You're probably going to say, what is a gallery gasket issue? Long story short, gallery gasket issue is a oiling pressure issue with the engine, where you have to actually pull the engine out or take off the front cover and replace a gasket. But usually that happens to higher mileage, like 80, 90, 100 plus mileage G37s and 370Zs. No, I'm not running pure E. Okay, I'm just saying it's only $2 for 85. Yeah, that's true. I'm on map 0 in the road trip, bro. Okay, cool, Smear. Appreciate that. Be safe out there, man. Boost, I got a Q60 3.7. What are your pros and cons of rear-mounted turbos? Richard, I think I was talking to you. Yeah, man, about rear-mounted turbos. Well, pro is you have a cooler air charge. Pretty much, remember, turbine spin, and you build the boost. Whenever you compress air, it gets hot. But because it's a longer track of piping, where you can also add in the intercooler, you'll actually have cooler charge air temps or cooler boost pressures, which is good. This is a good way to save your motor. Also on top of that, you save a lot of space, because when you have to do a turbo in the engine bay, you have clearance issues. There's a lot of welding that needs to be done, and to try to figure out where to put it and bracket up. It's just and heat inside the engine bay. It's just too much. But when you put it rear mounted turbo, you don't have to deal with it. You can keep your stock exhaust system, just make sure it's airtight, and then you just have to run a charge pipe to the front intercooler and or throttle bodies. So that's what I would say the pros will be. Also, you can go with a larger turbo in the rear, and it's really easy, and it's a lot easier to go back to stock. So think about it. You're going off the stock exhaust system or exhaust system that you have in the back. You can just unbolt it from the rear end of your car, take off whatever clamps, run to the front, and put your stock muffler back on and flash back your old tune, and that's it. You're good to go. But if you build it inside the engine bay, you're not gonna be able to do that on your own. The motor's gonna have to be dropped, a whole bunch of other repair maintenance costs in the sense of labor. So that's the pro. Cons I would say is, oh, also another pro is a cooler turbo too, because it's exposed to the cool air outside from the among the body of the car. Now the negative would be one, elements. The turbo necessarily is going to be under your behind your bumper or right under the belly pan of your trunk. So you're gonna be exposed to water. You don't want water to get in there, but there are filters and designs, or however you route the turbo, how you have the turbo sit, where you can build a splash shield that water actually will never touch the turbo. This is what a lot of people do in the market. Look into rear mounted turbos for like Vets, Mustangs, and any other American domestic car. There's also people on the forum, I'm talking about like .org and .com, that have done rear mounted turbos already on G37s and 6-speed sedans. Also, on top of that, you can look into some of the forums on Facebook and just type in rear mounted turbo. There's a good amount of people have definitely come, or G37 driver or 370Z sites. There's people who have definitely have done rear mounted turbo. This is nothing new. It's just that most people don't do it because they're like, oh, it's exposed to the elements. So honestly, I would think that's the biggest disadvantage. Also, on top of that, because it is a longer run, you actually may lose a little bit of boost or PSI, because it's going to take a little while to get the the charged air down the pipe into the intercooler and back into the motor. So, but you gain it in having cooler air charge. So, you know. Another disadvantage I would say is running oil lines and coolant lines, depending on whatever the turbo needs. So you're gonna have to run oil lines and cool lines, but that's just a simple tap. You're gonna have to get a pump to move the coolant back and forth. But this stuff is really affordable to get, and it'll still be cheaper to build a rim mounted turbo versus having building a turbo inside of the motor. I mean, in the engine bay, by at least by half or even less than that. That's it. If you got a good welder, that's really all you need. You welder and your tuner and a shop to do some of the work. It's gonna be way more affordable. Good question, bro. Appreciate that. Yo, Smear, I'll gap you with my E450, no matter what you're running. E450 is basically a C40. No, wait. E450 is not the C43. I'm sorry, but that is the same twin turbo motor that comes in the C43 C450. Correct? Me, Sammy. All things Sam, shut up, Sammy, you whipping. All things G. What's going on? 615 Alpha. Thank you, man, for jumping in the chat. Smear, your dad's X7 quick though. What do you think about Rams for the VR30? Air Rams? I think they're. Oh, you talking about Jermaine Williams? You're talking about I think it's called from Volex or Velix or Velrox. I forgot the name of the company, or Velocity. What I do believe in them, I haven't tested them out, and I can't recommend them because I haven't tested them out. I do know they look like they're a pretty penny. That's all I'm usually going to say. They look like a pretty penny, and they do look like they do add to the appearance of the front of the car. So you can get custom colors, which is pretty cool. But they are a pretty penny to me, and I don't know any research on them to say, yeah, go get this modification. Like, will the car be run better? So I can't recommend them. Wilson, start from the bottom now. We here. From Maxima to 3.0. Okay, yeah, that's true. Definitely start from Maxima to a G, to a Q, now to a Q turbo. Yep. Smear, you said, dude, okay, basically I don't blow. Okay, all things G. I'm bro running map 0. Okay, too many cops out here. Dude, you could be in a Honda Civic and go 90 and cops will pull you over. It doesn't matter how fast your car is. Cops gonna pull you over regardless. What up, man? Got a 2019 Q50. I think it sounds too quiet. What do you suggest for a good exhaust system to get more sportier sound? People do ask me this a lot in a few years, and the best CATBACK system I personally recommend for sound for my old ass. I'm 32, but I don't think I'm that old. But I really don't like a loud exhaust. I do like the Nvidia exhaust, Nvidia CATBACK exhaust. Now, Fast Intentions is nice, Arc is nice, and a few others are nice. But I just like the price point of Nvidia, and it just sounds good to me. That's just my recommendation. 26 mile per gallon highway cruise. Hey Boost, I have a 2014 BMW 750 tuned down pipes, cold air, charged pipes, meth, X drive. That wouldn't mind having a little fun with you. Not saying I'll beat you, but you will respect it. Yo, as son, man, we could definitely set that up, man. I'm just gonna say this a BMW joke here though. you might have to get rid of that car soon. I'm just saying, those 750s, that motor that's in there, I don't trust them. Everybody's have had issues with that, the 4.4, right? That's in the 750. Everybody has had issues with that 4.4. Like, I believe that motor was on back order at one time. That's just that's not an opinion, that's a fact. If it's to 4.4. So, but I'll definitely have fun with you. And if you're tuned, your car is gonna put out a good amount of power. So it should be a good race, but your wheel horsepower will probably beat me upstairs. BMWs, Mercedes, Audis, anything past 120. I'm not condoning speeding, but anything past 120, your cars are just built to just go 160, 170 and just chill. So I think you'll beat me upstairs. But in the street, nah, you're getting eaten. Unless I spin out and lose control. But thank you, man. Appreciate that. Add me at Boost in Motion on IG, bro, or Boost in Motion on Facebook, bro. That's a tank, Hassan. Good morning, G man. Please don't sleep. Okay. I'm gapping 392s easy. Yeah, man. Yo, 392s are so fast cars. Yes, I could beat them, but they're still fast cars. When they're tuned on E85, they're trapping. Well, first thing, at the track, they're faster than Qs because I'm talking about a modded one with E85 because they just pull really fast 160, 60 foots, and they trap like 118 to 120. But in a roll race, I think it'll be a little bit better, but our trap times are very similar. So we got to see that. I have a 2013 M37 XS. Is it worth modding? Wait, let me just see what time it is. Cause I said I was only gonna be on here. Yeah, I gotta go soon. So I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up on you guys in the next 19 minutes. I was supposed to get off here. Wait, I just gotta. Thank you, Scrape 204. I appreciate, man. Thank you for the gas money, man. I appreciate that, man. And I'm not a goat, bro. I'm just here giving out good information, bro. And I just hope that I helped you and helped anybody that you know that I got an Infiniti, man. Appreciate it. Much love and respect, brother. I have a 2013. Yeah. What I would do on the M37 XS, honestly, it was me. I would do high flow cats and a CATBACK exhaust. Honestly, that's it. And there's really no intake systems out there. There's a few, but there's no like long tube ones. But I know a few people have just used the cold air intake system from the G37 370Zs. They designed it that way. They used those, but they just had to, I think, extend the pipe a little bit or whatever. But they have gotten it done on that and get a tune. That's really it. And just call it a day. That car, just keep that car clean and looking good. Also, you have a 2013, so I believe they changed the front end in 2014, so you can go to the Q70 front end. You can do that too. It's the headlights and the front bumper, so you can have a whole new look to the car. I gotta. Okay, scrape rich. Nah, I ain't paying my mortgage this month. Yo, bro, that's funny. Car. Wait, bro, I can't. Okay, scrape. Nah, I ain't playing mortgage. Cars designed for Autobahn. Okay, cool. Hey, Boost. Give me a second, guys. I have NVIDIA. Okay, so this guy says he has NVIDIA exhaust, everybody, so bear with me. He says he has NVIDIA Gemini CATBACK exhaust on his 2015. If I do a custom resonated muffler delete and Burke high flow cats on a scale of 1 to 5, how loud with 5 being loudest? Well, you have a 3.5, so you're gonna have the typical BQ motor noise, right? You're gonna have that typical noise. So, what I would honestly say is, do not delete the resonators. Don't add the high flow cats first. High flow cats is gonna change up the sound a little bit. It's gonna add a bit more sound to your exhaust. I'm not gonna know if it's gonna be deeper or raspier, but it shouldn't be raspier. But if you delete the resonators, it's gonna sound raspy. So I recommend just doing the high flow cats. All right, guys. And all these no performance for the M. Okay, lower, no performance for the M. Yeah, you're not going to gain that much power with 3.7, especially if the M is heavier. But some people still have modified the M. You still gain power. You'll still gain power regardless, bro. So like I said, high flow cats, CATBACK exhaust. See if you can throw in some Z1 Motorsports intakes or M tuning intakes and get the car tuned. You'll gain power. It's still gonna be faster. I'm gonna head out. Yo, Smear, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks, Boost, for everything. Smear, same. Boost, you're the GOAT. Safety, bro. Smear, no, I am No, I'm the GOAT, motherfucker. You owe me for gas money. Oh, thanks, G, man. I appreciate that. Smear, I can't wait to see you in the rear view. Ha ha. Things okay. So this guy has a question. Jason, I have a 2018 Res 4 overdrive. I currently have a custom CATBACK exhaust with no resonators, no mufflers. I'm looking to first thing, Jason, how does that sound? Because straight piped VR30s do sound kind of atrocious. Like it's just yeesh. It does sound kind of crazy. Anyway, I'm looking to install AMS catless downpipes and wanted to know if that would pair with a arc. Wait, with an arc. Yeah, you can go catless with arc catback exhaust. That's if you what you're speaking about that, Jason. That should sound pretty. It's gonna sound kind of crazy because when you go full catless, it does get a lot louder. But there might be a few people that already posted that setup in the Q50, Q60 group on Facebook. So just take a look. Maybe someone on YouTube have already uploaded something like that. Believe me, when people do the exhaust and there's no one else that has done it, they always post it up. Maybe I'll make a compilation video of all the exhaust setups that I know that people that are my followers and that are my followers and supporters, and I'll just make a compilation video of different exhaust setups from the 3.7 and the 3.0 T, so you guys can know how it sounds. I think I'm gonna try my best to do that in the next week or two, so you guys can have a video literally of the products and the setups they had, and I'll put like a buy list in the bio so you guys know where to buy the parts. So you don't have to go search for it. I'll put like an eBay link and an Amazon link. So if you guys like that, just hit the like button right now and get the likes up. Would you recommend? What do you recommend to make the 2.0 T faster? At Anthony, there. I do believe they make a JB4 boost controller for from Burger Tuning for the 2.0 T or a race chip. It's not a race chip like a. It's the name is race chip. I believe they make it. It's just a basic boost controller that plugs in. You set it and forget it. You pick a map. That's it. That is the best recommendation I can give you. There's not really much things you can do with the 2.0 T, but that actually gives you a bump of at least 30 to 40 wheel horsepower. So look into Burger Tuning JB4 for the 2.0 T, or look into the race chip. It's called race. The company is called Race Chip. Look into the plug-in boost controller that's for your car. So fire. Do you still go out to all our motors to get your car work done? 100%, Joe. Joe, like yes. If you watch my videos, like check some older videos. I do definitely consistently go there. My friend is the owner of that shop. I've known that guy for 15 years. So I send a lot of business his way because there's not a lot of performance places you can go that you can trust. And he also still has promotions, and he tries his best to give discounts to anyone who says boost in motion. I said, they walk in there, you got to give them a discount. You gotta beat the price of wherever else, whatever competitor, because why not? And it's better business for him too. Everyone wins. You guys win, he wins, and well, me, I already know him. I just want my friend to succeed, if you know what I mean. Dope you Gucci. What's good, boss? What's going on, Peck? Okay, yo, Bones, you call me, bro. I'm reading the messages. I'm gonna be on here for like 12 more minutes, and I'm gonna give you a call. All right, Bones. All right, Smith, are you near Atco Raceway, New Jersey? Let's set up a play day, live record. Love how the 4.4 slept on me. Yo, to be at Husan, I'm about an hour and a half away, but I hate. First thing, they might be closing Atco. That's number one. Number two, you can never get no runs in. What 2 to 3? Somebody blow a motor or there's oil in the track, and it's so super hot outside. It's a hassle just to do anything at Echo. So that's why I wouldn't really go to Echo. But we can make this happen, man. Just add me on IG and we'll talk about it, man. Like I want to get a few cars together, different other cars from different other platforms to have like a rally race or like some kind of meet and greet with just other different cars from other platforms, just like as like a big group compilation video of like Q50 versus the world type of thing. So that would be something cool I would like to do. Just I think that'd be a little different. Been trying to find some examples of arc and callus. Haven't had any luck, but keep looking. Sorry, Jason, man. I wish. What I'm gonna tell you is full downpipes is loud. You're gonna hear the turbines like if it's an airplane. You're gonna hear it if you like that sound. And arc does sound good, but I think arc exhaust sounds really good when it's catted. So but if you do want to take the leap, give it a shot. Send me a sound clip at boostinmotion IG or boostinmotion on Facebook. All right. Are the gallery gas issues on the '07 G35S? Yes. Was that Rashawn Bates? Yes. There are gallery gas issues on the HR motor also. But you'll start noticing it because the car will start idling really bad. You might start getting, it might go so bad that you start getting specific check engine lights. That's usually when it's really bad. But most people, when they lost their motors, is when they're beating on it, and they just been beating the snot on the car, and then boom, it goes. So it could happen to anyone, but it all depends on mileage too. If you have very low miles, you may not run into it now, but higher mileage, it all depends on how you drive your car. If you don't beat in your car, you're really not gonna run into it. If the life of that car has not been beaten on, it'll be fine. But it's usually when you beat in the car and oil pressure starts going really high, it destroys the gaskets. Barbecue later. I just came from hell. All right, bro. Sorry for the cluster of questions. Will aftermarket tires affect the Infiniti drive with flat system too? I'm confused. So, okay, will aftermarket tires affect the Infiniti drive? Okay, that's what you mean. You can go with any other tire. Yo, first thing, the stock tires are trash. The stock run flats are trash. So any other tire that's not run flat, I gotta sit there and say it's gonna be better. That's all. That's it. But when it comes to the flat system, I guess you're talking about the system of how it reads for air. No, that just reads the pressure in the tire. It doesn't matter the tire you use. Hussein, okay, my homie 550. Job size, okay, thanks, bro. I got you, Bones. Okay, Hussein, I would love to. All right, cool, no question there. Got a 3.0 TJ before. What are the gains you think I can get on 93? Is it close to running E? No, you're not gonna gain that much power as close to running E. But if you have a regular 3.0 T, you're usually gonna you're gonna be pushing down, if you're 93 fuel, good air temperature outside, right around 380 to 400 wheel horsepower. That's right up. So you will be faster than Red Sports by a lot, and the car will be a lot faster. But that's about it. You're really not gonna get much more than that on just stock bolt-ons and everything. 93. All things I pulled it to my M coming from the Hartford. I got you, bro. Smear, I hear you, dog. I'm so confident. Okay, cool. I'm going to run the thing. Okay, cool. Pittsburgh. What do you think of the Nissan's decision of making Infiniti Nissan Plus? Thomas, what's up, man? Don't like it. I don't like it. They better not put a Maxima back in the Infiniti. The best thing that Infiniti did was this. Nissan Infiniti. That was one of the best things they did. That was one of the best things they did. And that's what made them different. Now you're gonna add a Maxima there and have Infiniti do what they want with it? No. It's it. I would rather them keep it how it is. Have a sport coupe, a sports sedan, or a regular, sedan, luxury sedans, a QX50, a QX60, and a QX80. I would rather them leave it the way it is and just make the 5 cars they have right now better. That's what I would want them to do. But I don't work at Infiniti. Give me a second, guys. Okay, cool. You remember the 4.4? Yo, listen, I already just said what I said about the 4.4, bro. Yeah, a lot of people. That motor was on back order for for the longest. What was that, the N55? Not the N55, the N62 or the S62. I forgot the engine code, but I don't mess with the 4.4. But it's been around forever, but it still has issues forever. Doesn't make sense. That's just my opinion, though, bro. Echo is closed down now. They just sold it, and the same thing. Well, they didn't sell Echo yet. They still haven't raced. They're still racing for 2020, but yeah, it seems like it's getting rid of drag racing Echo for 2021. Since oil pressure lowers as oil warms up, would it lower the chances of blowing gallery gas if you need to rev them more until it warms up? No. What happens is when the gallery gasket goes, oil starts to seep out of the oil galleries, or I would say chambers, and it starts to shoot into the timing cover, which means you lower the amount of oil pressure for the top of the engine, or for the pretty much the top engine, and it needs to lubricate a lot of these parts. So these parts, guess what? They have no lubrication. You blow you burn out your bearings. That's it. So, and other issues that's going to come with lack of oil. So yeah, that's why people change the gallery gaskets. So after 2013, 2014, all those VQs after 2013-ish and up, they changed out to like a metallic gallery gasket rather than a cork style. N62. I'm sorry, Samir. I appreciate that, man. So you buy better than me. See, I don't know everything. Thanks, Boost. I'm gonna hit you up when I. Thank you, Smear. Appreciate that, bro. Yo, Boost. I'm in CT. I was in NYC Friday. Where's the city, fam? I can get the headlights demon done at. To be quite honest, the only place I know that can get your headlights done is 180. It's called 180 or something like that. It's in Brooklyn. They do headlights. That's the only place I really know that does headlights that I trust. That's been around forever. So look into them. But all right, guys. So you guys got me for 4 more minutes. So quick updates. I'm gonna just shoot it out there really quickly. Um, this week I'm gonna try to come out with a few more videos, maybe some install videos. But yo, guys, just watch the videos from start to finish. I appreciate you guys for doing that. You guys have been doing that. Like I asked you guys to do that 2 months ago, and now everybody does it, and it's great. It's been really good for the channel. Views are starting to pick up, and when views pick up, other people finally I get suggested to other car channels as like the next video or as a suggestion, which means I get more following. If I get more following, I'm not saying I'm begging for subscribers here because people get mad at me that I'm begging. But the thing is, when more people watch you, not really subscribe to you, but watch you, it allows for people to find you. So that actually helps me out a lot. You guys don't even know how much that does. And I'm just appreciative of you guys just liking, commenting, and even sharing. I never thought you guys would share videos, but some of you guys actually do share your videos in your Facebook feeds or in Facebook groups. And I appreciate that. Anyway, 6.1 Alpha. Whoever is asking about the tuning, the 2.8 should look into our Mercedes tuners. It's a Mercedes motor, and they'll probably support look at direction injection. I thought it was the same motor that was in the CLA 45 AMG, but it's actually not. And that turbo is super small. But I did tell him that he can go with like a. There is a Burger Tuning JB4 for the 2.0T also, and there is a company called Race Chip that makes a boost controller too. That's the only thing I would actually do with the 2.0T. It gains like what 30 to 40 wheel horsepower. Later game. All right, cool. How long did it take on YouTube before you started making money? To be honest, I didn't start YouTube to make money, but I was just consistently uploading videos because I was like, you know what, I might as well. So when I actually started getting serious about it, it took like a year and a half for them to start like actually sending me like a check. Yeah, it took like a year and a half because they wanted you to gain 1,000 subscribers and they wanted you to have like 4,000 watch hours. I think now it's like 8 to 10,000 watch hours now to get monetized. And even then, when I did, my first check was that was funny. My first check was like $47, and that was like from like all the videos from like the last, I think like month or 2 months added up when they actually started, like they like retro paid me my views. So, but that was like a long time. And after that, I barely had any money, and it was a slow incline, bro. But I'm gonna keep working, guys. I'm gonna keep working. Good question, bro. Great content. How reliable is pushing 400 wheel horsepower? Easy. It's not hard. 400 wheel horsepower is like no stress to the motor. Period. And running 85 on meth, assuming 85 is hard to find. Meth is only good for guts. Meth is only really good for racing. That's it. And so that's like a not nitrous to me, but it's like you only use it for the drag strip or roll racing. That's it. But for daily driving, it doesn't even make any sense. And plus, you would want to tune for meth anyways. E85, if you're around E85, yes, E85 can give you a few more headaches, but it is better juice, as I would say. You gonna upload this stream? This stream is gonna get uploaded. This one always goes to my channel. The Instagram streams don't go to my channel. Only these streams go to my YouTube directly. All right, so you get to rewatch it. It'll take a little while to monetize itself, and then, but it'll be probably ready within the next half an hour. But otherwise than that, guys, I'm gonna go soon. Well, thanks for the info, helped me out a lot. I want to take my channel serious. Yo, bro, thank you, man. Thank you, All Things G, for hanging out with me, brother. So you guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Check the merch below. I got some new T-shirts and everything, man. Boost in motion. It's not only a Q50 thing. If you got a turbocharger, supercharger, it is what it is. If you don't have a turbocharger, supercharger, add one. And if you're shooting nitrous, send it. Guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you. I'm out, guys. Appreciate it. You have a good day. We out. We out. We out.